Yeah, I've been trying to unmute for a while. Like to begin by thanking everybody uh, for joining us today. There are quite a few colleges, um, very familiar um, names that I see here, and I'm grateful to all of you for supporting us and being part of this initiative. I'm going to quickly take you through a short presentation, and then we'll keep it open for Q&A. Um, I hope Team Ethos, someone can let me know that you can see my
Yes,
screen.
can see. Can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, so here we are today to talk about two initiatives under the SAaTh program, supported by Emphasis and, of course, executed by Ethos Foundation. There are many partners that have been part of this initiative, and really happy to have had these various partners who've taken the good word forward. I'm not going to spend time on the two initiatives that have already been closed, which is the Build grants and the mentorship, but I'll tell you a little bit about it as we go because they're very exciting ventures. As you all know, I think many of you already know that 6 action areas are what Ethos Foundation is focusing on through its RCause initiative. And I think many of the colleges present here are working on some of these initiatives already with us. And today's focus is largely on SAaTh, which stands for Sustainability in Action and Thought. And we're looking at, while the focus for the Design and Build grants was specifically to do with water, the initiatives that we are discussing today is talking about sustainability, the approach, uh, in a sense, integral to your design approach. I'd like to acknowledge the power of the collective through our RCause clubs today. And we already have 55 RCause clubs. Our latest entrant is the MLSU Department of Architecture at Udaipur, where we signed an MOU yesterday. And we have a representative from MLSU joining us today as well. We'd be very happy to add to this. I think the objective is not in just signing an MOU for the sake of it. We're really looking at all of us coming together and making a difference, working together, sharing. So there could be a college, like for instance, Udaipur could actually find some resonance with what a college in Pune is doing, and we could bring them together and they could work on something and so on. Also, those are the kind of things we'd like to be initiating and doing. So if any of you are interested, there is this QR code that you can scan, or the team will drop a link from where you can know more about this and express your interest. Any college that's attending today and is not yet part of this universe. We've got some very good submissions, as you call it, but actually reports of activities for the quarter that ended on December 31st, 2024. We had, I mean, in order to just recognize some of the colleges that put in extra and went that extra mile: PSG Institute of Architecture and Planning, Coimbatore; School of Architecture and Planning, KIIT University in Bhubaneswar; Pilu Modi College of Architecture, ABIT, Cuttack; Savita College of Architecture from the outskirts of Chennai; Chitkara School of Planning and Architecture from Chandigarh. So these were the colleges that went out of their way and did some interesting activities to add to the bulk of the work that we can demonstrate as a body of work from our cause clubs. This is again to show you some of the teamwork, the teams that got together and worked from these colleges, and appreciating them. And right away diving into introducing our cause SAaTh, where we're looking at turning crisis into opportunities. We often talk about the next war being fought on water, and how if we don't do anything to mitigate the current situation, we are going to end up in serious disaster. So I think we understand that there is a crisis, and how can we turn them into opportunities for us to learn, for us to be recognized, and how as a community of architects from the construction field, how can we make an impact? So I'll begin by I think this particular you know faculty briefing session is from the perspective of recognizing there are three initiatives that we are going to talk about here. The Design Educators Award, where we are encouraging faculty to integrate sustainability and their philosophy of sustainability into their design pedagogy, so that and I think faculty are in a position where they can influence hugely, not just their immediate students but through their students, the practices of their students when they step into the professional world, and subsequently through that professional practice many others who probably engage with them as interns, as employees, as clients, and so on. So I think that the role of a design educator or a pedagogue or a faculty is extremely crucial in bringing about change, and we'd like to recognize those change makers through this initiative, which is called the Design Educators Award. And we're going to be calling out three awards. The deadline for the submission for this is 23rd February. I think many colleges align their way of working to sustainability in some way or the other. And we'd like to see how it all comes together and how the proof of the pudding is in the work of students. So even seeing how that gets translated to work of students. And we also, last year, we hosted the same Design Educator Award under the Universal Design theme, where we said if you're integrating universal design into your way of teaching, we would acknowledge those pedagogues. Actually, we believe very strongly that all of these have to come together and not really seen in isolation. So sustainability means also social justice, which means being just to those persons with disabilities, including women, gender, and so on also. So it's kind of a 360-degree view that you could have. But yes, in this case, you can also look at sustainability from the environment justice perspective. We also have a YouTube repository called the Pedagogue's Perspective, and work of faculty or teaching modules of faculty have been uploaded for any of you to learn from. And when you share, it's when you're large-hearted and you share, I think you grow as well. So your way of teaching, somebody else can learn from and adopt. So this is something that we're also looking at, making an open resource available to all. So what really are we looking for in the Design Educators Award? We are looking for your presentation to include your motivation statement. What is clearly your stated aim and your idea as far as your teaching methodology goes? Then coming into what that process for your teaching methodology is, and what learning outcomes were you looking for when you started this approach, maybe just for that semester, where you showcase student work examples. So that's really what we're looking for as far as the Design Educators Awards go. How can you submit? You're looking to register yourself on the website. There is a form that you will receive, and you fill in the form and you upload a detailed presentation, or it could even be a video that kind of explains your teaching methodology. You could register yourself, that you could nominate somebody else. If you think there is a faculty in your college or someone who taught you in another college who you think needs to be acknowledged, then that's also something that could be done. But of course, the work itself needs to be uploaded by the pedagogue. So because it's their teaching plan and lesson that needs to be put in there for it to be evaluated. So that was about the Design Educators Award. We'll have the questions later. We will address your queries certainly later. Let me just quickly go through what we have for the students. Once again, I think, if we want some of these ways of designing to become aspirational, I think we should look at acknowledging and awarding students. So we have something called the Student of the Year Award. for where we are recognizing and acknowledging students from every batch, so that the first year students are not really being uh, judged against the fifth year student, so that the first year student, when acknowledged in the first year, kind of is able to pave a journey, a path that, because he or she is encouraged with this award, a path that is, conforming to sustainability right from year one. So we're looking at BR, B design or B plan students. And the fifth years, of course, get a slightly higher award as compared to the first to 4 years. So there's a little confusion on, how do first years really participate, because we are in February now. February 23rd is the last date for submission. And some of the first years may barely have finished a semester, may not even have finished a semester in some colleges, because intake happens kind of late in some colleges. So we are looking for uh, two possibilities: current first years who would probably be just about entering their second sem or have entered their second sem, or current second years who are submitting their first or second sem work. Similarly, for the second year, we are saying the current second year in their third or fourth sem, or current third year who are submitting their previous year work, and it goes on. So that's something that we thought would be fair, because you're still submitting only that year's work and you're being evaluated only against that year's work. So how can you stand out, because there are going to be quite a few submissions, and how can you stand out and work towards winning that award? So it's not just design. We're also looking at any contribution that you have made, say by being part of an initiative in your city, town, in that particular year, where you volunteered maybe, or worked with an architect, or you've participated and won some competition. Have you made a lifestyle change that needs to be talked about? Is there an NGO that you're participating or supporting where this goes? Who are you is the story that you're trying to say through this award. So while, yes, that one project or two projects from college can be submitted, you could add to it a little bit about yourself. I know students are not present here today, but this is being at this Zoom session, but this is being broadcast on YouTube, and they would be listening. Otherwise, of course, faculty here would be able to guide them as well. So you showcase your projects, you showcase your activities, you showcase your compassion, your empathy through your presentation or submission. So it's largely uh, no additional work, because these are all things that you've already done. We are helping you build a portfolio of yours for that year that aligns with sustainability. And I think that's also going to help you understand what you have done or achieved this year, what that student has done or achieved in that particular year, so that they can review, and they can also see that if you have 365 days or 12 months, this is what you've achieved, but could you have done more? Could you have walked an extra mile? Could you look at doing things differently in the coming year? Again, what are the submission requirements? A statement of motivation, clearly saying what motivates you from the sustainability perspective. We are looking at, I think this is incorrectly presented by our team. I'm sorry about this, but we're looking at, in addition to this statement of motivation, a small presentation or a video that covers what you have studied, what you have executed in college, or who the person you are outside your college. There will be a correction made to this slide, and we will be sending this presentation to all of you as well. And how do you register? It's the same. You register on the website and upload your work or your portfolio. In this as well, if a faculty would like to nominate students, you could do it, but you would need their email IDs and contact details at hand before you submit. And of course, the work has to be submitted by the student himself or herself. There's another way in which you could also do it if you wish. If you're going to be sending, say, 5 nominations from your college, you could send us an email with the details of those 5 students and the work of those 5 students, and our team can register you. this is just an example of, we ran something called the Udita Thesis Gold Medal Award last year. And Suzanne Alphonse from Vellore Institute of Technology was the winner. And, very happy that she's, I think, graduated now. And I would be happy to follow her career. And I'm hoping that because of this recognition also, she would be more motivated to ensure that her designs adhere and align with universal design. Just a few other references. We used to run an Ethos trophy with NASA a few years ago, which was again year-wise. And I thought I could just show you some references of the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, for you to understand what kind of entries won the award. So in the first year category, I mean, again, we are going to be sending this to you so you can look at it closely. But, I really will not be able to take you through these designs, and I don't think that's the objective of this morning thing. But we had LS Raheja School of Architecture and SAaTh Surat that won the first year in one of the editions. So if you see 2021-22, the second year category, it was again SAaTh Surat. It's coincidental. I'm surprised that because we didn't even know who had submitted when it comes to NASA. It was a blind jury, and we just get to know when the announcements are made. Ethos Trophy was run in that manner with NASA. And again, the third year is also from SAaTh. I didn't know this at all. We hope that it's going to be very different with the event at hand. We hope that many of you will be participating, and we'll have a variety of colleges that are in the top. In the fourth year, we have College of Engineering Trivandrum that made it. And in the fifth year, it appears that it's SAaTh again. I wish we'd found some more entries from the other editions. I didn't realize that 4 of these in 2021 were from the same college. In the thesis category, it was, I remember this entry clearly, LS Raheja School of Architecture, and again, Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology that took this away. Yes, how can you, in case you're having issues with registration or you have more queries after today, I think our team is in touch with you, and you could certainly write to us and be in touch with us with these numbers. Again, this, like I said, this deck will be sent to all of you. I'd like to quickly tell you what we've done recently. I think it's a path-breaking initiative where we're getting senior architects, senior resource persons and experts to actually mentor young practices. 7 architectural practices were selected. This was, again, a call out put out for to various young architects, young firms. We also requested many colleges to see if they could get their alumni to participate. And these are the mentees that have been selected from different parts of India, who have projects in different parts of India. There is full mentorship for 4 young firms and partial mentorship for 3 firms, where they are looking for very specific inputs and support. The wide bunch of mentors that we've got on board to speak. It started with Chitra and Sanjay speaking on February 10th. I think some of you tuned in for that. On tomorrow, we are having a webinar on rating systems, again, where we will try and decode this whole rating system intent approach for architects, for those who are attending. The mentees will be in focus, but we are keeping these sessions open to everybody. The specific one-on-one mentorship is by Bijoy Ramchandran, Mona Pingel, Satyaprakash Varnasi, and Jayashri and Vivek from Coimbatore. And we're having special session mentors who are speaking on topics such as permaculture. We have someone who's talking on materials and technology, and then landscape, and of course, universal design. So these sessions, the special sessions for mentors, is also going to be kept open, and this is like a calendar we will be sending to you. This is just to show you. Yesterday, we kicked off the one-on-one mentorship, where senior architects actually spent an hour or more with the younger firms looking at their design, and you'll be happy to hear that, large-hearted as they are, they have asked for asked for more sessions, and they've said they can go to their respective offices and spend time. So I'm really, very exhilarated at the way it's going. I think the team will send a more detailed calendar, and you'll also keep seeing it on our social media. With that, I think I'm going to keep it open for any questions, and the team will take questions. Of course, I'm also here for any specific queries that are addressed to me. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks, Geeta. I think there are a few questions. Kanika ma'am, with respect to your request, we've also shared in the YouTube link on all the groups that's been broadcasted. We'll leave it with you specially and post it out on the our cause club group as well. All the previous participants who have already registered would have received this detail, the PPT, the one after editing, in your respective inboxes as well. And we really look forward to your submissions by 23rd or before, so that if there are any changes or additions that need to be done to the submission before they are sent into the jury, then those could be worked on as well.
This deck can also be, after it's corrected, can be sent to all those who have registered, the students as well. Okay.
Yes.
I think Shri Sitaram Lakshmi is asked, while submitting for the Design Educator Award, do we need to consider only the current semester work, likewise for students? So I think it's, suppose you are the teacher and you're teaching multiple years, then you're most welcome to weave in your way of teaching for each of those years into the submission, and also add the work of those year students. I think you're also asking if you're teaching, say, the third year, and do you have to submit only for the current semester, or can you include previous semester? You could include previous semester work as well.
Yes, that is right. Any more questions? If not, one of the okay, for DEA, can the submission be a detailed PDF with an introductory short video? You can give us the link, hyperlink that leads it to the video, but let it be a PDF, which is the main format, and then attached could be a video that takes us to your Google Drive or YouTube channel where you uploaded the short video. Because we intend to share with our jury members only one single PDF with the motivation letter. So there are not multiple files that they need to juggle between. So the flow of your presentation can then be decided through this. Specific formats, Siddesh, as we mentioned here, it's going to be a PPT presentation that we're looking for. So 16 by 9, because it's going to be an online jury. With respect to DEA, we will also be inviting the shortlisted candidates to join us for a live interaction with the jury members before announcing the final winners.
For the student of the year, for the student of the year, there is no live jury. I'd like to clarify that also. And maybe a good idea for someone to paste a link to the FAQ page, so that, some of the questions that are coming in would be answered through the FAQ page as well.
Yes.
And could some sample formats from the previous year be shared? That's the YouTube link where the pedagogical repository is, right?
Yes, yes.
So that
So
also we could
if
share.
you check ARCOS on YouTube, then you'll ASATH on YouTube, you'll find a pedagogical repository where the recipients of last year's Design Educator Awards have actually presented their work, and that is the sample of the work that they
Yeah, but at
submitted.
the same time, I think the jury is not going to be the same. The topic is also very different. So you can innovate, you can do something different. The only thing I think what Sonam was trying to say is, if you're doing both a PDF and a video, then make sure it's you give us the link, so it's one download for the jury as well. And I think there would be a limit on the number of slides and limit on the duration of the video.
Yes. So total number of 10 slides is what we would look at maximum. And the duration would be the duration of the video should not be more than 2 minutes with respect to the explanation. If you want to instead convert your entire presentation in PPT into a video format and upload it, then that is also an alternative. But we would advise you to follow the PPT and the PDF format, because that's easier to shuffle through when you're viewing multiple presentations at the same time. Um, there are, Siddesh, continuing to your question, with respect to don'ts, there are no don'ts other than ensuring the legibility of the content that you're putting in. Many a times when we have a limit of only 10 slides, we put in very small features in, and it becomes very difficult for the jury members to read in. So the editing and the curation of your presentation is something that we would want you to think about strongly. Aditi, your question is Design Educators Award only for teaching faculty in undergraduate course? Can PG faculty apply as well? With respect to the Design Educators Award, yes. So it's open for both, but for Student of the Year, it's only limited to the thesis, the 5 years of BArch and architecture. Um, and slide size, Professor Shri Sitaram Lakshmi, like I said, it is 10 slides in a 16:9 ratio. So it covers the entire online screen. Sample formats in the form of, there are no templates as to how to present it. If you look at the pedagogical repository that we've uploaded, there are different faculty members have presented it in different ways. It's how you communicate your and storyboard your narrative is what we're looking for. So there's no such thing as, somebody won only because they had all slides, 10 slides filled with photos, images, or etc. It's the narrative of how the teaching methodology has made a difference in the life of the student. That matters. We do have a POC contact number. This is the ARCOS number. So I'll allow the team to put in the ARCOS WhatsApp number, and you can connect with it with respect to any submission queries that you may have throughout the session. Are there any other queries? We had also pasted in a nomination form. The reason or the request for the nomination is essentially because there are many that we may know who are, good at, or maybe there are students who are good at exploring certain things. We also want to create a task force with alumni of each of your colleges and see how social responsibility can be relegated through it. And it's for this purpose that we thought that a nomination form where you can think about everybody in your circle who thinks, works, designs, and breathes sustainably. And you could just let us know that these are the people whom we need to connect with. So our team will be more than happy to write to them and request them to submit in either for DEA Student of the Year as well. And the alumni, we have plans for a task force, and which is why we're requesting you to fill it into the um, uh, nomination form. So do take some time to fill that up for us as well. Any more questions?
Hello, can I speak?
Hi,
Am
Professor
I
Ajit.
audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello, how are you? All good?
Yes.
Yeah. अच्छा एक क्वेरी है जो नॉमिनेशन फॉर्म्स का लिंक जो भेजा है ना मैम अभी उसमें
Hmm?
तीनों का अलग अलग है ना मतलब स्टूडेंट ऑफ द ईयर
Yes,
एजुकेटर अवार्ड और
yes, yes.
ओके बिकॉज व्हेन आई ओपन द फॉर्म ना
Hmm.
इट शोज बोथ टुगेदर
No, it actually asks, whether you are a student or a faculty member, and then please enter the student names and details, which year they may be. If there is a alumni association head that you think of, then there are details. So you just have to pick what you want to enter, and you
अकॉर्डिंग द फॉर्म विल
submit.
ओपन
And you can submit multiple times. So
अच्छा
that is also not an issue. And then if you wish to nominate a faculty member, then there is another route to do it. So that's
नाउ
the
एंड नाउ दिस लिंक्स विल बी गॉन विद द मीटिंग आई गेस so could you
yes.
just send on WhatsApp also will do because Moment this meeting is over, the links also will be gone with the meeting.
Correct, correct. We'll share them
So,
out. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. So, okay, there are a few new messages. Can the alumni participate in the Students Award? Yes. So, just recent graduates, the ones who graduated last year in 2024, can still submit in their thesis from last year. So, the Student of the Year for the 5th year, the alumni are eligible. All right. And if you, while you are going through the brief, the details, or discussing
Yeah.
it with your students, encouraging them, or even faculty members, and I think one thing that we did not discuss is that we're not really looking for it does not matter whether you are an individual who's applying to it or a group of faculty who have taught design in a studio and collectively are submitting in for this. Both of them are eligible. Like, it's not that this is only a one single person award. So we acknowledge the fact that multiple people are in fact required for the mentoring that for sustainable mentoring, especially that we need in colleges.
Ma'am,
So,
one more query I have. Can I ask, please?
hmm.
Uh, the eligibility criteria you said, can BO students participate? BO,
uh,
Bachelor of Interior Design. It's also a degree course.
yes, no. So this time we've only limited it to BR. So Student of the Year
Okay.
is only limited to BR. The Design Educators
Okay.
Award is open-ended.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We will stay in touch and while filling the form, when do we need to include the other faculty details with your name? So it's the submission that comes in from all of you, all three of you. In fact, if you check the repository on the SAaTh YouTube channel, you'll see last year's recipients, Rikta Desai and others are actually a group of faculty members who collectively submitted their studio works. Hmm. Okay, so that's it, I suppose. If there are any more questions, please feel to reach out to our team and we will for sure respond to them. And we're looking forward to the compilation of your good works for this competition. So thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you for sparing your time with us, and all the best, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. All the
Thank
best.
you.
Bye.
Bye.